Hello, happy Saturday, and welcome back to Social Justice Saturday. This week we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, which is food, but more specifically, we're going to talk a little bit more about food security. Before we begin, I think it's really important that we define what being food secure means. And according to the UCSD Basic Needs website, this means having the availability of nutritiously adequate and culturally reflective safe foods, ability to acquire such foods in a dignified way, and accessibility to prepare meals. Food security can be a huge issue in college, but we are definitely not the only group that is affected. Households across the USA struggle every day to get not only adequate but nutritious food on their table. Jennifer Cornish, a UCSD alum who now works with the DC Food and Nutrition Program, works to combat these issues every day. Here's Jennifer with a little bit more on food security as well as the effects that COVID-19 is having on these programs.
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Cornish. I graduated from UCSD in 2014. I participated in the Alternative Breaks program, and now I work for DC Public Schools on the Food and Nutrition Services team. Food and Nutrition Services plays a huge role in the education system because we have to make sure that our students have the nutrition that they need to learn. We have over 50,000 students spread across 115 schools, and the majority of those students get breakfast, lunch, and supper every single day from our programs. We, do what we do because students cannot learn if they have bellies that are aching and if they don't have the nutrition that they need to support their brain development. And so by starting every student with breakfast, by giving them a hot lunch and making sure that they have supper before they go home, we know that students are set up to succeed. During the COVID-19 crisis, hunger hasn't stopped. So instead of operating at 115 schools, we've set up 30 schools as emergency feeding centers. So students, their families, and anybody from the community really can come and get a prepackaged breakfast and a prepackaged lunch to take home, but we want to make sure that everyone has the meals that they need to get through the day, especially since we're practicing distance learning. We already know that there's probably going to be students that fall behind because they're not getting the services that they need at school. And so the least that we can do as a food and nutrition services team is make sure that, hey, we're going to provide these students meals. We're going to make sure that their families are not as stressed about where their food is coming from, and we're going to hopefully get through today just a little bit easier. We're serving over almost 10,000 meals a day, so we know that there's a need. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate everything that you're doing to make sure that our students in DC are getting recognized. And it's not just in DC, it's across the whole country that students are going through this. So if you can, donate to your food bank, donate money, donate canned goods, donate your time if you're healthy, and make sure to stay home and stay safe.
As Jennifer mentioned, there are so many ways that we can get involved with fighting food insecurity within our own community. If you head over to the Feeding San Diego website, you can check out their COVID-19 response and access a list of ways that you can either help out or find support. They also have this great FAQ page that answers so many questions that I know I had, and I just found it super helpful during this time. Heading back over to the UCSD Basic Needs website, you can find so much more information about the resources available to UCSD students regarding food security. Some of these include the Triton Food Pantry, how to access CalFresh, an affordable grocery map, which is awesome, some information about the grocery shuttle, the Food Recovery Network, free notification app, and also some off-campus resources. Under the COVID-19 tab, you can also find the extensive list of resources and information that the Hub Basic Needs Center has compiled for students during this time. Now we have a very special guest who is going to tell us a little bit about accessing food from the mobile pantry, as well as giving us some tips and tricks about eating on a budget in college.
Hi everyone, my name is Todd. I am a third year UCSD student. I am the creator of Triton and Spoon. Triton and Spoon is a project that I created to pretty much create an initiative to share stories through food. But enough about me. Today, I'm going to talk about the process of getting food from the hub. There are so many ways a UCSD student can get food aid. There are things like the Triton Food Pantry, CalFresh, and more. But today, I'm specifically going to focus on a newer resource available to UCSD students, the Mobile Pantry. So really quick, what is the Mobile Pantry? The Mobile Pantry is a partnered effort by the Trenton Food Pantry and the Student Sustainability Collective to tackle the food insecurity crisis during COVID-19. It's honestly so useful and offers off-campus UCSD students like me with accessible food aid. And it's easy too. To use it, all you need to do is to get to the Mobile Pantry site. So I'm gonna look up Mobile Pantry UCSD. It is the second link. It'll take you to the basic needs website at UCSD, and it'll show you detailed steps of how the Mobile Pantry works, descriptions, and the locations available for pickup. The locations are different every week, so it's important to go ahead and check. It'll also show an example of the pre-bagged items that you'll get. They have different dietary restriction bags like gluten-free or vegan bagged items. When you decide where you want to get your Mobile Pantry bag, go ahead and click the link associated with that area, and it'll give you more detailed steps of how to get the bag, what parking lot to go to, and go ahead and pick a selected time slot that works for you. Just for sake of an example, I'm just going to choose this random one. And when you get there, all you need to do is put in your first name, your last name, your email, and your student PID. And there's also a My Comment section where you can put type of dietary restriction and then just push sign up now. Now all you need to do is to go to the location at your designated time, show them your ID, and that's it. They'll probably be on like a table with a sign, and there'll be a bunch of bags on the table. In this video that you're seeing, I'm making blended soup from items from the Mobile Pantry, but I'm not going to go through that with you. I'm going to talk about some other helpful tips and tricks. Tips for cooking on a budget. I have 2 tips to give y'all on that. First, plan meals around your pantry. What I mean by this is that everyone's gonna have a pantry, everyone's gonna have stuff in their pantry, maybe stuff that they don't really use, right? You should plan your meals around that pantry rather than going out every day to the grocery store and buying new things when you have perfectly fine ingredients in your pantry. Go ahead and use what you have. Number 2 is eat more vegetarian food, or just eat vegetarian more often. Meat in itself costs so much and pretty bad for the environment, but doing so, taking steps closer toward eating vegetarian every day, will help not only your wallet, your health, but the world. Alright, so what are some ways to save money on groceries? One way, kind of obvious, but let me explain. Only buy what's on sale. And I know sometimes people could go to a grocery store and crave to cook a very specific dish, but here's a new perspective. Go to the grocery store to discover a very specific dish made from sale items. The fun of cooking comes with discovering new things, and buying produce or groceries that is specifically only on sale will restrict you to trying new recipes every week, utilizing whatever is the cheapest. Honestly, whatever's on sale, that's gonna be the best thing. It's kind of like the idea of planning your meal around the pantry, plan your meal around sale items. What is my favorite college meal? I would say fried rice. Fried rice is such a versatile and a great leftover cleaner. You could pretty much use, again, anything in your pantry, anything in your fridge, and just toss it in with some rice and stir it up to make fried rice. It's usually so delicious. The other day I had Wingstop with my friends and we had some leftovers, and we just cut it up and tossed it into fried rice, and it was absolutely delicious. Cracked an egg in and called it a day. Yeah, so fried rice in itself is super easy to do, to make, and yeah, it's one of my favorite college meals. So yeah, that was it from me. Follow me on my Instagram, Trenton Spoon. Watch my newest video, how to make blended green soup, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Todd. You can find the link to Todd's channel, Triton and Spoon, in the description below, along with a whole bunch of other basic needs related resources and links to get involved. Before I go, I wanted to share my favorite 30-second budget-friendly tutorial for a yummy Saturday morning breakfast. So all you're going to need is 1 banana, the riper the better, and 2 eggs. Crack those eggs open and break your banana into a couple of small parts, and then mash it with a fork. Then you're going to whip your eggs up and combine both of these ingredients into one bowl. Then you're going to mix this all together until it's about the consistency of pancake batter. Bring it over to your stove and cook on medium heat for about 3 minutes. Top it with your favorite toppings, and voila, you're done. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.